Good morning out there to Radio Land. There I was out in the street visiting to the neighbors down yonder past the crossroad, and I went by the duct tape girl's house over there, and she got them new baby raccoons that she'd been taking care of, and the girl won't hardly get out of the house till them raccoons is big enough to set free. But anyway, she turned me on to this root beer. It's a new flavor of Pop-Tarts, and she turned me on to it. And so I went down yonder past that other house and borrowed some of that new root beer ice cream topping flavor. That's what she uses. Anyways, I borrowed it, come up yonder, got some peanut butter, and I done already come home here, and I'm going to show y'all how to make this homemade Pop-Tarts. It's a new flavor, root beer peanut butter. And you see that I have started midway. And you see what I done here is I put that peanut butter yonder on this dish. And it don't matter how much you use. It's the quantity in cooking is pretty much, it's irrelevant. If you got a recipe that says cups and spoons and stuff like that, well, I'm going to say stay away from it. What I did is put that peanut butter yonder, and I put this right here is that there, it's root beer ice cream topping. It's really good on its own. Peanut butter, now you see what I went and done, I mixed them together about equal proportions. That's where it comes into play. It don't matter how much, it's how many you're making. I just made up this little bit right here for a show and tell. You mix that to where it's mixed 100%. What you do is put you a little bitty dab right yonder. Now what we're making is we're copying Pop-Tart. And what you do is put your little dab yonder, and you match up that top to that top to that top to that top. It's a real easy recipe. I mean, anybody can do this recipe. A couple of secrets is you want to take, this right here is water, and what you want to do is go around that square right yonder, and I did wash my hands. I mean, if you ain't cooking with your hands, you ain't cooking. You go around with this water just around the edge. I mean, a good amount, just get it wet, don't overdo it. Get that on yonder. This right here, this is the glue. This is going to be the glue part. Thing you do, and now we're going to save all these little pieces that we cut away. You put this right on top of yonder, put it down there, and poke it down around the edges there, make it seal. And while you're doing that, you want to work that peanut butter and root beer mixture. You want to work that where it'll be covered the inside of that completely. So in it, you just pat him down there, get him to fit on there. It's well, even if you make a mistake, they're still good. It's one of them recipes that you cannot go wrong with. That's the good part of this cooking here at the house. You know, I mean, I mean, it's get her done. Just get her done. So you see what we got there. If you are a perfectionist, what I might suggest is take your scissors and trim it up. Only if you are a perfectionist. If you ain't, just throw them on there like that. Get them Pop-Tarts on yonder, and I'm going to make several of them. So I'm just going to work with this pan here for the time being. What you do is you take that there fork, and a couple of times like this right here, you want to let that steam out and under. I mean, it's obvious that you would do this, but it's one of those little things that you don't want to miss. Because if you do, it'll make your batter come out the edge. So anyway, you see what we got yonder? Homemade Pop-Tarts, root beer, peanut butter flavor, and I'm going to put them in the oven yonder and bake them, and then I'm going to show you what they look like after we get them done. But what you do, you say, well, you got a lot of waste there. Actually, you don't. What you do is you save these little remnants, make little miniature breadsticks out of them. You see what I'm doing? I'm going to have several of them. And when I get the Pop-Tarts baked, then I will put these on the cook sheet, bake them. Oh, they're delicious with I mean, you can use a dip of, they're just good on their own. Okay, hot out of the oven. I did let them sit on the sideboard and cool just a little bit, but you can see how beautiful brown these little root beer, peanut butter, homemade Pop-Tarts. And I did turn them over. I had them in a 350-degree oven. I turned them over. They're hot. I turned them over at 8 minutes. Baked them 4 more minutes. And, well, you can see what we're ending up with. They're still hot. But you see how... All I can say is, by all means, bake you some of these. You can freeze them and then pop them in the toaster for a quick treat if you have any left. But these, I did let them cool a little bit so I can handle them. But as you can see, the peanut butter and root beer, the flavor is just, I mean, it's perfect. And I submit this root beer, peanut butter, Pop-Tart for your enjoyment. Bake them, leave a comment. You cannot get any better than this right here. And also, and keeping in the Christmas season, these are the remnants that was left from the pie shell that I baked these in. And what I did is twisted them. You take one of them and just give it a twist and let it lay there and dry just a little bit. Now I'm going to put them on the pan over there and bake them. But keeping with the Christmas spirit, this is just a show and tell. And you see what I did before I twisted these is I put some food color on a plate, and I coated one side green and one side red. And that would be perfect for the Christmas holiday season. You could do the whole platter of those. They're delicious as they are. You could put a little, if you wanted to go that extra step, you could put some powdered sugar on there and it would be like snow. Oh, it would be perfect to take to the, over to a friend to enjoy. And as always, I will bake these off, and these most of the time are for to cook. But all this was root beer, ice cream topping, and peanut butter, creamy or crunchy, your choice. And as always, I suggest a glass of cold milk with your Pop-Tart. And these, well, yeah, I was right. I mean, there won't be any of this batch left. Just good thing I had intended to bake about 2 or 3 dozen of them. But leave a comment.